MotorWeek is made possible by RockAuto.com.
The cars of Rolls-Royce and Bentley have long been known for the painstaking care put into building them. Henry Royce's philosophy, accept nothing nearly right or good enough, is still very much in evidence today at the Rolls-Royce factory. While in England recently, our crew had a chance to witness these craftsmen at work. So come along with us and see what Rolls-Royce is really all about. Travel through northern England and you see a place forgotten by the march of time. Warwick Castle, Shakespeare's Theatre, Sunday afternoon fishermen. They all exist pretty much as they did hundreds of years ago. Step through the gates of Rolls-Royce motor cars and Crewe and you get the same sort of feeling. Here time stands still. Where some car plants churn out hundreds of units a day, here it can take months for a single model to be completed. But in order to achieve the level of quality Rolls-Royce is famous for, each step in the manufacturing process is necessarily time-consuming. Take the interior, for example. 260 square feet of leather are used to cover virtually every surface inside the car, and every square inch of that is inspected, measured, and cut by hand. Craftsmen then hand-stitch each component. And what's not covered by leather is probably made of wood. With a skill and attention to detail unrivaled by the finest furniture makers, this small group of craftsmen had our crew shaking their heads in admiration. The amount of sanding and polishing that goes on here would make Bob Vila hunt for a new line of work, but it's all in a day's work for Rolls-Royce. It's always fun when touring through a factory to seek out the little things that show the spirit of pride and dedication to doing the job right. But at Rolls-Royce, these indicators are everywhere. We even found one gentleman testing each ignition switch to make sure it had the proper click when the key was turned. In another part of the factory, workers spend hours sweetening the bare body shells as they arrive from the coach builder, tapping out a slight ripple or grinding away any rough edges. And only a handful of men are capable of making the famous Rolls-Royce radiator shell. Measuring with only their eyes and soldering by hand, it takes a full day to craft one. Then comes the finishing touch, placing his initials on the back of every one. It's touches like that that lend charm to every Rolls-Royce automobile. But charm alone doesn't sell cars, and the company has struggled in the market recently as even the ultra-wealthy are placing a higher consideration on value. Some areas of production have been modernized, and of course jobs have been eliminated. But change happens slowly at Rolls-Royce. When asked about the modernization process, one representative stated that electricity had finally been introduced to the factory. And while he was kidding, that type of philosophy is not far from the truth. Here you're more likely to be stampeded by a pack of bicycles than run over by a wayward robot. Rolls-Royce doesn't want to have to concern itself with modern production methods or streamlined operations. It's a company that just wants to build cars the old-fashioned way. And in this fast-paced automotive world, that's a rare thing indeed.